palette knife for mixing paint. I will also teach you how to paint with it, but we won't learn how to paint with it till the very end, okay? Very end when we do landscape. Then you have your set of Princeton brushes. What you're going to notice about brushes is that they say, this one says it's a number 8, right? So it tells you the size. And usually it tells you what kind of brush. So this says it's a bright. And you saw the different kinds of brushes on the list in the research. And you know that it's really good for flat areas. A bright brush, right? A bright brush, oh, let me get this in the screen here, right? A bright brush tends to have a flat ferrule. This is the metal part, right? It has a flat ferrule, and it has flat bristles. Often, brights are squares. They look like squares. These are a little bit longer, and these, to me, look like flats, right? So flats are like this, right? So these are a flat, right? Flats have flat ferrules, that's the metal part, and flat bristles, okay? Flats normally are very long, right? Longer than they are wide, okay? There is the curved one, right? The curved bristles. This is called a filbert. It looks like a flat, but it has rounded edges. It's the biggest brush we have. You're going to want to use the best brush for the job, right? You're going to use the best brush for the job. So if you have big areas and you want to do something very organic like a landscape, this is your best friend, right? This is the one that you're going to want to use. The other type of brushes that we have are these round brushes. They have round ferrules and round tips to them. They're good for organic detail. They're really good for landscapes and things that are not straight. Things that need to be flowy, they're going to work really well, right? So you have a sable bristle brush for that, right? And then when you look at the set, there's 2 different kinds of bristles. We have bristle brushes. Often these are made out of hog hair. These are not made out of hog hair. These are made out of some natural fibers that come from plants, right? But often these are made out of hog hair, and they're really sturdy. They're really good for oil paint. They're better for oil paint than the other one, right? So we have 3 of those. And then you have these white ones, and these are called Taklons, right? They're called Taklons. These bristles are made out of plastic, okay? There are other kinds of materials, a lot of animal hair like sable and mink that are very, very expensive. And they're really good for acrylic and oil and watercolor. And they can range in prices from $10 for one paintbrush to $100 for a paintbrush. So when you go to like Blick and you see the wall of their brushes, don't just grab stuff, look at the price, right? Look at the price. You do not need to spend lots and lots of money on brushes, okay? So we will practice how to use these brushes after we do the color wheel. We're going to do simple color mixing first, and then we'll practice using these different brushes, and then we'll move into oil, which I'm excited about, okay?